Bradford, the place the Dawood sisters grew up, and the city their 9 children called home, before all 12 left for Syria and the brutality of Islamic State.
She said, "I don't want my children living in this society."
This woman has claimed for the first time the intentions of one of the sisters. She's a friend of Zohra Dawood, the mother of Nora and Hafia, the first to arrive in Syria. She fears for her safety and asked us to protect her identity. She explained why Zohra wanted to leave.
She says she wants to live in Saudi Arabia because she didn't like the UK. She didn't want her daughters to grow up in England.
Did she reject British values?
She did, yeah. She said England is going to be more like America.
This is where Zohra lived in Bradford. Here she would teach Arabic classes, and she was said to be close to her brother, Ahmed Dawood, here on the left. He's now thought to be fighting in Syria. Who do you think convinced Zohra to make this journey into Turkey and onwards?
I think her brother, and she convinced her sisters to do the same, to help their brother out.
And what are your fears now for this family and the children?
Why is she taking them into a war zone? They were perfectly happy children. We're all worried for the children.
The youngest of the children thought to be in Syria is just 3. Equally disturbing is what 14-year-old Ibrahim is said to have revealed to his friends.
He used to say, "I'm going to Syria to fight."
What was your reaction when you heard that?
I was shocked. I said, he's only 14-year-old and he's saying this. Did
you speak to her and say, "Zohra, this is wrong"?
No, because by then Zohra completely ignored us. She didn't talk to anyone.
Today, David Cameron described the threat of Islamic State as grave. He challenged Muslims, accusing some of silently condoning the violence and hatred.
There are people who hold some of these views, who don't go as far as advocating violence, but who do buy into some of these prejudices, giving the extreme Islamist narrative weight and telling fellow Muslims, you are part of this.
So how was that message received here in Bradford, a city searching for answers?
There are certain elements within the Muslim communities who are sympathizers of IS, and they are based in United Kingdom. But at the same time, communities have got their responsibilities, but government has got their responsibility as well.
It's a big community, the Muslim community, and there's a lot of people who don't condone what they do and are very much against it. And the Prime Minister and everybody else in Britain has to recognise that.
But here, the concern is the safety of those children. If Zohra's listening to this now, what's your message to her?
Just bring them children back. Bring them back safely. They're only little children. They've got their whole lives to live.
The fear is that it may now be too late for these young children. Ed Thomas, BBC News, Bradford.